payload distribution, chemical composition, even down to the recycling of materials. The CREO, our scientific staff, labor day and night to improve and build upon the foundation Jonah Gutenberg's
Now I see the real reason you're here. A purge. Is that their game? Dispose of me like Chavez? But I assure you, it's just...
Lab 02 locked.
Stay where you are. He might still be around. He's playing with us. Playing.
Lab 01 unlocked and open.
Having a good snoop around, are we? I'm afraid I can't allow that.
I've just received a communication from Mary Shaw. Name doesn't ring a bell? Well, it fucking should. It's Michael Shaw's sister. Candidates for the program were
Locking Lab 1-2.
Don't let it fool you. It could be anywhere. It's always science that gets the bad rap. I took the initiative. I came up with a solution and didn't see anyone else raise their hand after resolve.
Lab 1-2 unlocked and open.
If you don't stop sneaking around, my friends here might think you're up to something.
Locking Lab 1-2.
My, you're a slippery one, aren't you? My friends here are itching to say hello. I won't take that, you know. Years of toiling for the good of mankind. All that. Somebody had to do the dirty work. They were too afraid to get their hands dirty.
Lab 01 unlocked and open.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
You've trusted me this far. We all want the same thing. We've looked at other ways, and there's always going to be risks. Utopia works guaranteed. I know the board is balking at the figures, but think of it as cleaning house. Problem solved within 1 generation. It'll just be a much smaller one than previously estimated, but that's a good thing. We've been worrying about what to do with overpopulation for almost 100 years.
Access to Lab 02 granted.
I'm so sorry, but you've left me with no other option but to remove you from this mortal coil. So tell me, who is the real monster? The wolf devouring the sheep, or the hunter murdering its cubs in their lair?
Attention, please. Contingency protocol for asset preservation has been activated. Opening containment cells.
You didn't really think I'd let you sacrifice the future of mankind because management suddenly grew a conscience. So what now? Going to be a good boy and finish me off? Murder me in cold blood? You know that won't change a thing. It's too late, you see. An inquisitive mind. That's the spirit. And besides, things without all remedy should be without regard, right? What's done is done.
You better explain yourself. I'm running on a short fuse right now.
I would be wasting my breath on you. You failed to see, or maybe you chose not to. But I'm trying to save mankind here. Not just the species. No, I'm trying to save all of us. We're flawed, incomplete. We're not yet prepared to re-enter paradise, you see. We wouldn't survive. My Homo Machinalis could change that. They are the living proof that we could be more than human. We, all of us, could fill the world of tomorrow. Ascended beings in a new utopia.
So, these tin men are supposed to be our future?
Not pretty, is it? But the truth rarely is. Just think of it as an upgrade to survive the world of utopia. Our meat machines are inadequate. We won't make it unless you hightail it back to your master's tower. We have the will to survive as individuals, but as a species, we need a push. There's no winning without sacrifice. I just wanted a level playing field to create a utopia for all.
So what about utopia?
Let me put the record straight. Unlike Resolve, which will exterminate us slowly and painfully over generations, my nanites do a quick and clean job. I've minimized the suffering, a fresh start, a clean slate for those that remain. If that concerns you now, then you shouldn't have tried and stopped my little pet project. Anyway, I'm sure you'll be safe. Go on. Go smoke a nice fat stogie and watch the apocalypse from your glass tower with the rest of them.
I think you've got me confused with somebody else. I'm not working for the board.
Maybe you are. Maybe you're not. What difference does it make now? This place is going straight to hell, and we're going with it. Or we're already there, and didn't even notice.
So you know what's going on here?
I'm honored by your assumption, but even I have my limits. I do know a mob stormed my labs, and my colleagues are either dead, dumb, or simply gone. So much for security. And what's the board doing, Still twiddling their thumbs over the launch of Utopia? I submitted my final analysis weeks ago, and I'm still waiting. We need people who can make decisions around here.
You're sick.
Oh, you moral crusaders. Always the first to swing the sword from the little corner of self-righteousness. Chavez was exactly the same. Always beyond reproach. Even when the first reports on Resolve came in. I don't claim to know the one truth, because there isn't one. Everybody takes sides, and always their own. Good, evil, all nonsense and totally subjective. Just children's stories. As we grow older, mortality beckons, and so we reach for the divine. Same fairy stories, different binding. The individual must be prepared to sacrifice himself for the many. The species is what's important.
What about Chavez?
Yes, what about her? Not seen since she threw a tantrum and got kicked out of my labs. But still, wonderful woman. And an extraordinary scientist. An incredible intellect. Kind-hearted and so ambitious, you have to admire a fighter. But resolve didn't work. We needed to act and act fast. And I had the solution. It's just a shame her ego got in the way of her career.
I think we're done here.
In that case, if you don't mind, Inspector, I need to get back to work. Terribly important things to do. Terribly important.
Mark Dean, perfect candidate for the program. We pulled him off the streets and put him to work in recycling a couple of weeks back. He's a complete zero. We even DNA typed him to outside databases. No living relatives. He's so happy to have a place to sleep and 3 square meals a day, he'll happily sign the consent forms.
This is unfair! Please stop!
Warning. Security breach detected. Unauthorized implementation of contingency protocol confirmed. Attention. Security forces have entered this sector. For your own safety, please comply with all official requests while the area is being secured.
Project Resolve evolves. Our process of research is ongoing. Manufacturing efficiency, payload distribution, chemical recycling materials. Creo, our scientific staff, they day and night to build upon the foundation. No one has ever attempted what we're trying to do. New discoveries and methods allow us to push the very boundaries of science and technology. Every day your work benefits the future of mankind, bringing us one step closer to our goal. It is a huge task, but together we can do it. Whatever it takes.
Security forces under attack.
A utopia for
Requesting backup. Echelon 9 team members, please fall back immediately to the executive floors.
Rome built in a day. We all know the answer to this question. Why did we expect the building here to happen so quickly? After all, it took almost a century to get this way. I know. We're all impatient. Every passing day, with every launch, Project Resolve evolves. Our process is ongoing. Manufacturing efficiency, payload distribution, chemical composition, even down to the recycling of materials. Our scientists labor day and night to improve and build upon the foundation. Jonah Gutenberg's original vision. No one has ever attempted what we're trying to do. New discoveries and methods allow us to push the very boundaries of science and technology. Every day your work benefits the future of mankind, bringing us one step closer to our goal. It is a huge task. Together, we can do it. Whatever it takes, we will build a new Eden. A utopia for all. There's a garden bloom over there. Was Rome built in a day? We all know the answers to these questions. Why do people expect the rebuilding here to happen so quickly? After all, it took almost a century to make it this way. I know. We're all impatient. Every passing day, with every launch, Project Resolve evolves. Our process is ongoing. Manufacturing efficiency, payload distribution, chemical composition, down to recycling of materials. Creo, our scientific staff, labor day and night to improve and build upon the foundation. Jonah Gutenberg's original vision. No one has ever attempted what we're trying to do. New discoveries and methods allow us to push the very boundaries of science and technology. Every day your work benefits the future. It is a huge task, but together we can do it. Whatever it takes, we will build a new Eden. With us once again is Jonah Cooper, founder and CEO of Creo. Jonah, thank you for taking time out.
Believe me, I wish it wasn't necessary. It's not like we're trying to save time.
Well, let's get straight to the point.
Please do.
Since we last spoke, there's been an increase in people speaking out against Project Resolve and even an independent board of
Independent board. Let's deal with that word. Joseph Tasker of the Global 9 jobs overseas. Creo has helped pull the U.S. economy out of its longest slump in history. Harvey Pearson, Nobel Prize-winning scientist.
Move on, worker. The area is not safe. I recommend... Oh! It's you! How are you doing, Mr. White Knight? Hey, cat got your tongue? I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you. It's nothing personal, just... I'm in the middle of something here. They need me. There's been a security breach in R&D. Big thing. We have to clear the area, so... You shouldn't stick around.
So, you're part of security?
I would have thought that would have been obvious from the uniform. Speaking of which, I need to get about my business. If I show up with only half of my equipment, the chief will have my head.
Believe what you will, but I don't think you're on their team.
Why? Do we know each other? I mean, yes. Yes, we do. It's just... I appreciate your concerns, but... I'm ready. Or at least I will be. When I can find the rest of my gear. Damn helmet! Where did I leave you? And did I lose my leg and body armor?
Hey, are you alright?
No, I'm okay. It's just... There's so much going on. Like it's out of control. All the noise, the pain. Sometimes I feel like I can't hear my own thoughts anymore.
I can't let you go out there without the proper equipment, can I?
Well, let's see what you got.
Try this. Should be the right one.
Don't know what to say. Thanks. That is one part closer to being myself again.
Sorry, nothing I can do for you right now.
I'm a big girl. I can take care of myself.
And then tell me, if you're security, you must know what's going on here. right?
That information is classified. And even if I wanted to, I couldn't. The investigation is ongoing.
Irina, you're an engineer, remember? You told me this.
An engineer? I can barely tighten a screw. Please. My head. I don't have time for this right now.
I have to go now. Try and stay out of trouble.
And you.